What are some little-known relationship green flags? No matter how angry you are at one another, you will still go out of your way or they go out of their way to help. I'll be wicked pissed, but I'll angrily make my wife her favorite dinner even though I don't want to eat. No matter how angry we are at one another, usually only last a short period of time, we will never sabotage or try to teach them a lesson. Many times, it ends up being both apologizing to one another. Arguing and getting angry is just part of a relationship and unavoidable. It is how you deal with it that sets it apart from a healthy relationship versus a bad one. They do things for you just to make your day easier and don't use their kindness as a bargaining chip later. They can talk calmly about an issue without getting defensive. It's both of you versus the problem, not one versus the other. They can talk about how they're feeling without making you a therapist all of the time. They want to grow as a person without you pushing, and they take active steps towards goals. They do things that are inconvenient if your needs outweigh their wants in that moment. Able to forgive mistakes. Early in our relationship, I accidentally backed my car into my fiancé's car while coming out of the driveway. I definitely did damage. I immediately started freaking out and crying, and he just calmly got out of his car, came up to mine and asked if I was okay. He got me to calm down and said it was fine, it was just an accident. He never made me feel bad about it. He called it our little bump to my friends to minimize my embarrassment. We laugh about it to this day. Side note: his dad, who works with cars, fixed his car for him at no cost. Edit: no, he did not have any way of knowing his dad could fix the car. His father is not a mechanic, his father knows a mechanic. His father didn't bring up fixing the car until several months later. My ex would tease me a lot and would tease me in front of his family. He would say things like, "Oh, she changed her outfit 3 times because she thought you guys would judge her." Or, "She didn't really want to come over but I convinced her." Genuine support in your life goals, even if that means you two will have to go long distance for a while or will have to have conflicting work schedule, or it will make your relationship harder in some way. If they love you and want you to be happy, they will be genuinely interested in what you want to do and will try to support you to do that in whatever way they can. They won't hold you back in any way. This is something me and my so have been facing something similar to this recently. He's just graduated and is looking for a job. As much as I want him to stay close by so we don't have to do long distance for any more time than we have to, I'm going home for the summer. But if he gets a job the other side of the country, I won't stop him, and as long as I'm around I'll help him pack up. It's the small things. The doing something just because it will make your partner smile and expecting/wanting nothing in return. A few months ago I was having a bad day and had texted my partner about the basics, and he said to head over to his place after work. I showed up so defeated by the day, opened the door, and my dog is there. He had spoken with my parents, picked up my dog from their house because he knew that's what I needed. He was cooking dinner and told me to just go cuddle on the bed with my dog while he took care of everything else. That's when I knew he and I were in it for the long haul. These are all great, but here's one that matters more for the longer term. Being competent at life. I'm not saying being rich or having a fantastic job or anything. I mean someone who is able to set a goal and work towards achieving it. No matter what that is, it makes a huge difference in life. Someone who can do that is less likely to sabotage your marriage for selfish/immature reasons. Someone who can do that probably won't drag you down with credit card debt. They have impulse control, so they probably won't cheat on you or leave you for some stupid reason. That person is a keeper. The person makes time for you. Whether it's a romantic relationship or a friendship, people will always find a way to make time for those they care about. Let's say I'm super busy with my day. I can find 10 seconds to respond to your text. I have to eat a meal at some point, so even if I'm super pressed, I can invite you to have a meal with me, at restaurant, at a fast food place, at someone's home. When some inconvenience happens, they're more concerned about you than the impact on them. My ex would always get so frustrated if I had a bad day or something happened that impacted our time together, e.g., a family member's car breaking down and needing to pick them up. It would be guilt trips and angst. With my current boyfriend, we had a whole day planned early on. He lived an hour away, and my car broke down on the highway soon after I left. He was immediately worried about me and stressed that it was no big deal if we couldn't hang out, and offered to pick me up if I needed a ride home or to the car repair shop. It was incredibly surprising and a huge relief. For my wife and I, it was something on our first date that just made us feel comfortable with each other. We're both introverted and don't really like sharing details, but something between us made us feel like we could spill the non-impressive details about ourselves to one another. We were completely open books with each other. And when the conversation stopped, there was never an air of awkwardness. We were on a date, but neither of us felt like we had to impress one another. We just wanted to get to know each other.